Hazard Communication, SDS, Safety Data Sheets, formerly known as Material Safety Data Sheets. In 1983, technology was taking off. As business started getting more and more risky. That's when OSHA published the Hazard Communication Standard, aka Employees' Right to Know. Everyone has the right to know about the products they are working with and around. With Material Safety Data Sheets, MSDS, workers can now be aware of the health and safety information, what products can be mixed, emergency contact information, if the products you are using are flammable, explosive, etc. The problem with the MSDS is that it is a performance-based standard. Now, what does that mean? It means there was no specific format and no standardized hazard ratings or precautions, which started leaving people in the dark trying to find out information on the products they were using. Now OSHA revised the Hazard Communication Standard as Safety Data Sheets, SDS. With the new SDS format, it makes it easier for employees to locate the information desired on that certain product. Also, it standardizes the hazard classification system. As part of the SDS, OSHA adopted the GHS, the Globally Harmonized System of Classification and Labeling of Chemicals. Now it is a requirement for employers to train employees on how to read and understand these SDSs. The SDS format will consist of 16 sections with the same titles and in the same order. Section 1, Identification. Section 2, Hazard Identification. Section 3, Composition Information on Ingredients. Section 4, First Aid Measures. Section 5, Firefighting Measures. Section 6, Accidental Release Measures. Section 7, Handling and Storage. Section 8, Exposure Controls, Personal Protection. Section 9, Physical and Chemical Properties. Section 10, Stability and Reactivity. Section 11, Toxicological Information. Section 12, Ecological Information. Section 13, Disposable Considerations. Section 14, Transport Information. Section 15, Regulatory Information. Section 16, Other Information. Hopefully, since this new rule is in place, it will clear up any issues with finding product information. Corrosives. Corrosives are products that can cause visible destruction or irreversible damage to living tissue by a chemical action on the site of contact. Irritants. Irritants are products that can cause reversible inflammatory effects on living tissues by a chemical reaction at the site of contact. Flammables and combustibles. Flammables and combustibles are products that can catch fire and burn. Oxidizers are generally very reactive products that enhance the burning of materials through the release of oxygen, such as bleach. Toxins and poisons. Toxins and poisons are products that are extremely poisonous and can cause serious health effects, even in small dosage. There are 3 ways a person can be exposed to a chemical product. 1. Skin absorption. 2. Inhalation. And 3. Ingestion. All hazards must be labeled. OSHA requires any hazardous products to have proper labeling, name or identity of the product, appropriate hazard warnings, name and address of the manufacturer, distributor, or any other responsible party, types of PPE, etc. Any hazardous products that are transferred to a smaller container must have a label consisting of the following information: the name of the product, warning labels, name and address of the manufacturer, distributor, or any other responsible party, emergency contact info. Always make sure to use proper personal protective equipment, PPE. These guys don't have a problem wearing PPE, neither should you. Time weight average, TWA, measures the amount of chemicals a person can be exposed to over an 8-hour day. The dosage of a chemical is not the only factor that determines how a substance might affect your health. Like alcohol, the other missing factors are weight, other medications taken, and even the health history of an individual. All reactives are extremely explosive and should be labeled as such. The 3 most common physical hazards are fire, explosions, and chemical reactivity. This is the NFPA rating diamond. It shows you the health, flammability, reactivity, special hazards. Each hazard is labeled by colors. For example, health hazard will be labeled in blue. The numbers indicate the ratings of the hazard, with 0 being the lowest rating and 4 being the highest rating. The higher the rating, the more hazardous the product. As of June 1st, 2015, the Hazardous Communication Standard, HCS, will require pictograms on labels to alert the users of chemical hazards to which they may be exposed. Each pictogram consists of a symbol on a white background and framed with red border and represents a distinct hazard. The pictogram on the label is determined by the chemical hazard classification. For instance, explosives, flammables, oxidizers, corrosives, compressed or liquefied gas, toxic, irritating, harmful if swallowed, and aquatic toxicity, which is harmful to the environment. The SDS books are located at the front office, in the middle of the shop between welding and shipping, next to the first aid box, and the back of the shop door in the middle department. Now that you have a better understanding, please be safe.